First of all, thanks for mercy of God, great virtue of holy masters, holy teachers, kindness of transmitters, lecturers, and all of you to give me this opportunity to talk about the answers to the truth. And we're also going to cover holy teachers' scriptures. The topic is 10 years. So last class, we talked about what is the wise man. What is the wise man? So we said the wise man, when he understands the truth, he knows to practice Tao, to learn the teaching of saints, to find an enlightened master with mandate, and would devote himself or herself to help all the sentient beings, bring them to receive Tao, and also hope everybody can become saints and Buddha. So hopefully all of us, every one of us is a wise man. Then we're going to continue this week. We also talk about what is a lost man when someone's lost. So someone's lost means when someone is lost, means his Buddha nature is not bright. He's confused. So the lost man, the lost person who is addicted to the material world and enjoy the materialism. So he enjoyed the fame, power, positions. Okay. So in the meantime, he lost himself. But in this case, his true nature is also lost. He's drawn to the sea of suffering, the cycle of reincarnation. So he will enter the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. So we did mention that last in class. That's the lost person. So today we're going to continue to talk about, that's holy teacher want us to remember, okay? What is food? Okay, we're going to talk about 86 and 88 today. Then we're going to jump to pretty much we cover most of the topic for the answers to the truth. And then we're going to jump to the holy teacher scriptures. They call holy teacher, the topic is 10 years, okay? Holy teacher has a lot of questions for all of us. Then let's cover the 86. What is fool? What is fool? Holy teacher said, foolishness means a lack of wisdom. Sometimes we say, oh, you are very smart. That's all for all of us here in human world. In the heaven, for Buddha to talk to each other, say you have a lot of wisdom. Wisdom comes from our Buddha nature, wisdom. Okay, so we want to be the person with all the wisdom. We don't need to be smart, but we want to have wisdom. Okay, the nature of the fool is a damn. His true nature is not bright, not clear. That's why. So since his true nature is not bright, what happened? A fool does not know the God of the universe. He doesn't know the God. Doesn't know the existence of the heaven and hell. People may not believe that there's hell there. Do not believe the 6 paths of reincarnation. But the Buddha always keep telling us, whoever have not received Tao, do not cultivate and propagate Tao to accumulate enough merits and virtues. First thing they have to report to the hell. And based on their merits and karma, and will decide where they go next. Okay, so we are very fortunate to receive Tao, to cultivate and propagate Tao. But however, once we receive Tao, cultivate and propagate Tao, we also need to improve, to accumulate enough merits and virtues. So when we go back heaven originally, when we go back to heaven, then we can stay there. Okay, then we don't have to come down again. If we want to come down again, we want to make the other big Buddha involved and to come down again. Not because of our bad karma, we have to come down again. So that's a big difference. So I know the older sister of our senior gene transmitter, his sisters went to reborn already in mainland China. But when she reborn, she can choose where she want to go, which family she want to reborn, where she want to reborn. So they have a choice. For Buddha, they do have a choice where they want to go. But for normal people, for ordinary people, no, they don't have choice because of karma. Okay, so we need to know that. So we need to believe there's a God there. There's an existence of heaven and earth, heaven and hell. And we need to believe there's a six paths of reincarnation. When you see the animals, you can see them. Okay, they are in six paths of reincarnation. All he knows is quest, means a search for the lost and drinks. He lives to satisfy his desires for delicious dishes, for his appetites. So he's trying to enjoy the moment, try to have delicious dishes, try to have drink every day to satisfy his current enjoyment. So, however, throughout his lives, he has taken many lives. Since he taking these lives, he has to repay each and every one of them. Means if we eat those animal meat, seafood, we had to pay back one day. There's no choice. There's no free lunch. So Holy Teacher tried to tell us here, we need to cut back. We need to start to learn to be a vegetarian. We don't want to create more karma. We don't want to create more karma in order for us to pay back. We don't want to. We don't need more karma to pay back. That's his intent to reincarnate into this world and be eaten by those whom he ate before. It means we ate those animals. One day, those animals might come back to ask us to pay back. So for some people who reincarnate, become animal, and then they will come back to eat those animals. So this kind of inter-exchange, okay? There's no ending, okay? As a result, all these parties are forever trapped in the vigorous, means in the violent cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. So all of us have been trapped in this cycle of reincarnation for 60,000 years. That's Holy Teacher, all the Buddha taught us, 60,000 years. I don't believe myself either, 60,000 years. How come? But Buddha taught us, yes, we are stuck here. We are trapped here. We couldn't get out from this cycle of reincarnation. So to receive Tao, one of the best things to receive Tao, if we cultivate, you propagate Tao, accumulate enough merits and virtues, we can avoid the cycle of reincarnation. We don't have to come back again if we don't want to, unless you're the Buddha. We are the Buddha reborn, make a big vow to come down again. So we want to go back where we came from originally, from heaven. Okay, so we don't want to be trapped in this bitter sea here. Okay, some people say it's bitter sea. My life is fine. I have good life, good house, good job. Everything seems very working nicely according to the plans. But you know what? There's no one, doesn't matter how powerful we are, how rich we are, what kind of position we are, you know what? We cannot avoid the sickness. We cannot avoid the cycle of the birth, death, and rebirth. We're going to trap in these cycles, okay? So we cannot avoid it, okay? One time I was in Iowa, okay? I remember this went back to 3-4 years ago. So there was a Dharma class. So I took the lady and all the kids to go back to their house after the Dharma class. And the mother told me, so next life, she wants to reborn just as she has today. She wants to reborn as she was now. She is now. Yeah, because she came from the Nepal. It seems very hard. They have a hardship in Nepal. So they came to USA. Life has changed a lot. So she was appreciated what she had today. But I told her, in future life, we don't know where we will be reborn. We don't know. If you don't receive Tao, you don't know where we will be reborn. So he said, yeah, okay. We may be reborn in some place. There was no Tao available. There was no enlightened masters with mente available. So we may not be able to receive Tao in the future life. Then we may not be reborn in a good place to have good life. So she said, oh yeah, she never thought about it. She saw just reborn at what she had today. So I said, no guarantee, okay? So Holy Teacher was talking about is all animals that a fool eats. A fool means lack of wisdom. A person lack of wisdom. Eat those animals were once humans and were his relative for many lives. So this relationship among them could be interchanged, means what? Exchange with each other. So that's pretty scary. So Buddha always tell us, what we are eating the meat today, it could be keep going down. It could be our parents, our relatives. They are human beings one time. They are humans before. Just because they made a mistake, they have to pay back this that time. So those relationships is interchanged. Going to be back and forth. Going to be back and forth. We eat them today. They might eat us back in the future. So America, we always talk about there is no free lunch. There's no free lunch. Okay. So through many lives, many cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, they went on different paths according to their deeds, and some become animals. So a fool kill for food. He's killing those who once were his parents, eating those who once were his relative. That's Buddha taught us. So sometimes we don't even know. We don't even know. That's pretty scary. Okay. So because they are trapped there, we don't know each other. We don't know they are our relative in previous life or our parents in previous life. We have no idea. So Buddha tried to tell us that's what happened. Okay. Buddha said, since they are trapped in the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, all of us are trapped there. So they don't recognize each other. They don't recognize each other. Retardation goes on forever. So it means just keep coming back. Retaliation means counterattack. So each attacks each other back and forth. So that continuously goes on forever. Okay. This is why in I Ching, that's the Changjie who invented Chinese character. I know some people say Chinese character is hard to learn. Yeah, I can see my son struggle to learn the Chinese too. My daughter seems better, but my son has really struggled to learn. It's not easy, but every word has a deep meaning there. But Changjie created the meat. He said meat is a pot. In Chinese word, it's a pot with two persons. One's inside, one's outside. They're saying that you pay half a pound when you eat 8 ounces. So when you have to pay back half a pound when you eat 8 ounces. So whatever we eat today, meat, seafood, we will pay back one day. No choice. No choice. Okay. Sometimes we think, oh, people get sick. What happened? No. The creditor is coming to correct their credit. sometimes we are sick or something else happening. They started to come back to correct their credit. So when we eat something, we get sick, sometimes because what we eat, most a lot of time because of what we eat. But the other things, because our karma coming. They're coming to chase us now. So it's all summed up to men eat men. Describe fully meaning of the word mean. So here's what the teacher said, in summary, a fool's action lead him to lose his chance to reborn as a person, as a human being. So the fool person, what happened? Because what he did, what he has done here, okay, he lost his chance to reborn as a human being again. One of the best things for all of us, is we reborn as a human being today. Because human being can cultivate and become Buddha again. Human being can cultivate to reborn as a Buddha again. But not everybody can reborn as a human being. So human being is a very special honor to be here. All of us. So we are the Buddha reborn. Don't forget that. We are the Buddha reborn to be here today. We are the Buddha here today. So we want to go back where we came from originally. Once a fool lost his chance to reborn as a human, he would suffer numerously miseries. He's going to continue to reincarnate. He cannot avoid the reincarnation. So that's why we don't want to be a fool. We want to be what? Next one. Holy Teacher talk about, we want to be an awakened person. That's probably one of the most important things we want to be. Yeah, everyone don't want to be the lost person or to be a fool. We want to be a wise person, an awakened person. So when we cultivate, we receive Tao. Not everybody can receive Tao. Or I have to tell you, not everybody can receive Tao unless we had cultivated 3 lifetimes before this life. Unless we have cultivated 3 lifetimes before this life. Otherwise, we have no chance to receive Tao. Unless we have cultivated 5 lifetimes before this life. Otherwise, we have no chance to attend the Dharma classes. You know why? Because I went through, all days I only heard Buddha talk about this. So one time I was in Pennsylvania. There's about 11 people want to receive Tao. So we went through the ceremony. When I tried to, the Holy Teacher used my hand to open the gate for each person. Until the last person is a lady. She pushed my hand away. When I tried to open the gate, Holy Teacher tried to follow my hand to open the gate of the lady. She pushed my hand away. She didn't want it. So later on, we couldn't do that. So she did not receive that. Then after the ceremony, I asked the family what happened. And the family told me she had mental problem. So sometimes we don't see it from outside. We go to a place to propagate it out. We have no clue at all. But she had mental problem. Her karma, her creditor did not want her to receive Tao. Because once the person received Tao, all the Buddha sends are protect the person, try to buy some time for the person to accumulate enough merits to pay back all the debts the person owed. But in this case, she couldn't receive Tao. So until even today, I went back a few times, she did not even receive Tao. She couldn't. So it's very, 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 we always heard on what Buddha said or some other people said. Until we face ourselves, the situation, we will be shocked. Say, how come? And that's why I always said, all of us are very fortunate. Holy Teacher always said, we are the luckiest person, most fortunate people in the whole world. We are the most fortunate people in the whole world to receive Tao. Okay, together to open our gate, not the 3 treasures. Not too many people in the whole world can receive Tao. But after people receive Tao, not all the people can attend the classes like all of us today. No, the percentage is 0.001% in the whole world. I got to tell you that. pretty sad. But unfortunately, Holy Teacher and Buddhas want us to go out, try to save, as a Buddha, try to save more sentient beings, bring them to receive Tao. When whoever has affinity with Buddhas, like our friends, colleagues, families, parents, children, whoever have affinity with Buddhas, to bring them to receive Tao and cultivate, propagate Tao with all of us. Let's continue about an awakened person. Holy Teacher said, to be awakened is to realize one's true self, one's true nature, because our true nature is inside ourselves. As a person becomes awakened, when he realizes that his true nature is that of a Buddha. So that's why I say, all of us, everyone, our true nature inside is a Buddha. Our true nature is inside, but it's also outside. Okay? Inside and also outside. So it's not just, okay, our true nature is stay in our body. No. True nature is inside our body, also outside our body. But when our true nature, one day we have to leave this world, our true nature had to come out through the gate of false treasuries, which Holy Teacher opened for us. Okay? Had to go through there. Okay? So the gate is open. When person have not received Tao, the gate is closed. Okay? So that's why it's big difference. So tell you, to receive Tao, to cultivate, propagate Tao, is money cannot buy. You could spend million dollars, doesn't matter. With the rich people or the people have a lot of merit and virtues, the highest one they can go is go to temporary heaven. Maybe they stay there for 300 years, 500 years, they have to come down to reborn. But for all of us who receive Tao, do a good thing, accumulate enough merits and virtues, Teacher guarantee us at least 10,800 years we will be there in the heaven, 10,800 years. But after 10,800 years, it's all depend on individuals' merit and virtues. Can we stay there longer? We don't know. Depend on our virtues and merits. Okay? That's why during our lifetime, we want to accumulate a lot of no motives, a lot of merits without motives. We want to accumulate enough virtues too. Because when we go back to heaven, there's no place for us. I'm making one example. In a temple, we can clean the floor, we can clean the restroom. There is no restroom in the heaven. That's what Holy Teacher said. So we want to clean, want to help. No, there's all Buddha, saints and Buddha there. They don't need not too many opportunity to accumulate enough merits there. So we want to cultivate at this moment, don't wait until the moment we have to go back. The other thing, we have one temple host. Holy Teacher took him to the heaven. You know what happened? And then he said, and this person said, there's one, let me put it this way, there's one pharmacist in Taiwan. And this person, he has a lot of problem with his physical body, because the temple, some normal temple, not Tao temple, want to ask him to become their channel media in their temple, but he didn't want to go. So there's a lot of soldiers follow him every day, and he was so painful every day on his physical body. And he's a pharmacist. So he took a lot of medicine in his own stores, but he couldn't stop. So later on, our Holy Teacher and Buddha came to help him. And he did get rid of affinities, do not raise a single thought every day, every moment, as he can, as much as he can. And then he said that when he cultivated 10 years, most of us had to cultivate 50 years, because he's doing the get rid of affinity, do not raise a single thought, almost every moment of his his time every day. We don't do that every day. So he said he cultivated 10 years. We have to cultivate 50 years. But when we cultivate 50 years, a lot of spirits, invisible spirits, that they cultivate 2,000 years. 2,000 years. So it means when we take a bow, we can learn how to bow in the temple for 15, 20 minutes. Some people go back to heaven, they have to learn 2 years, 7 years, 6 years, depending on individuals. Because the person go back to heaven, he or she doesn't have physical bodies. So she or he only have spirits with feeling of bodies. So the person can feel the pain, but when the person wants to take a bow, as long as the person has a little thought in his mind, what happened? He keeps spending. He cannot control his position, the bow. So once he went back to heaven in the cultivation court, it takes some people 2 years, 6 years to learn how to bow. So Holy Teacher wants him to come back to tell all of us to learn to take a bow in the temple for this moment. All those people who don't know how to do the bowing in the temple, when they go back to heaven, first thing they will go to the cultivation court to learn all those stuff. So it takes years to learn that. So we want to learn this at this moment. Don't wait until the moment we go back to heaven. We find out we are in cultivation court to learn how to do the bowing. Awakened person, he go for returning to God's kingdom. He want to go back, dedicate and practice stuff. Yeah, because he is awakened. He knows that he want to go back. He makes sure that whatever he say, it and acts, things are faultless, are free from errors, are very pure. So he maintained calmness, stillness, tranquilities in his sensual organ. Means he did not think about this. He let his Buddha nature in charge. He will not let his organs like eyes, ears, mouth, nose, his mind in charge. He let his Buddha nature in charge. So if we let our 6 organs in charge, you know what happened? We create karma for ourselves. And he gives convenience to others. Sometimes he gives convenience to others. So he try to help others. Okay, so he make no distinctions between himself and others. You know why? We said everybody is a Buddha. Everyone's a Buddha, including animals. They are Buddhas too, reborn. However, in this lifetime, they have to pay back. In the past lives, they could be a Buddha. In the future, they could become reborn as a human being to cultivate, become a Buddha again. So we have no right to look down on the people. There's no distinction between himself and others. He conveyed, he communicated, he spread down to others so that all, including himself, can receive down, cultivate, propagate out, can become Buddhas. So all of us, that's an awakened person. Holy Teacher said, awakened person will do those stuff, will spread it down, bring people to receive down, to cultivate and propagate down with all of us together. And we all can become a Buddhas one day. Okay? So we are very lucky and fortunate people. Group. Awakened lives in the impure society. Here he talk about the society is a little dirty, not clean, is impure. So he is not polluted or contaminated by emotion and desire. So every time we don't let our emotion and desire take over to control us, we need to use our true self, Buddha nature in charge. So if we let our emotion in charge or desire in charge, we are in trouble. The God, the spiritual mother always tells us, the most important thing is we have to control our 7 emotions and 6 desires. 7 emotions and 6 desires. So awakened person is devoted, dedicate himself to spreading the Tao to the world, transforming hell to the heaven. So he tried to spread the Tao to the world, to everyone, transfer the hell where we live today become heaven. He pointed out 10 Tao to those who are lost, so that he can realize, they can realize their true nature. They can realize they are the Buddha too. They are the Buddha reborn. Okay, so that's what all of us are doing that. All of us try to bring people to receive. When we're doing that, bring people to receive Tao, we are the Buddha at the moment. Doesn't matter if they receive Tao or not. Don't worry about that. Sometimes we introduce Tao to people be mad against them. That's fine. Their affinities are not mature yet. Just be patient. We need a lot of patience, okay? But do the best. When the people receive Tao, the God, Buddha, give us 100% credit. But when we talk to the people to receive Tao, the person did not receive Tao. God also give us 50% of credit. So we always, not because we want credit. When we do it, don't worry about the result. They will receive Tao or not. Don't worry about the result. Just do what we are supposed to do. That's it. That's what Buddha is doing. Buddha are not worried about the consequence. They just worry they have to have done that or not. Okay, so we just go out, bring people to receive Tao. Don't worry about they will receive Tao or it's this lifetime or not. Sometimes we say a lot of stuff to them. They will remember. In the future life, they could remember what we say and to receive Tao. So like we are in the class today, all of us in the class. We listen to the class. It's not just our mind, our brain listen to the class. Our true nature, our Buddha nature is listen to the class too. Okay, it's not just our brain, mind listen to the class. Our true nature, our Buddha nature is listen to the class too. So they will observe all this information to our true nature, okay? Our Buddha nature. He will take those who has affinity with 10 Tao, bring those people to receive 10 Tao as his missions. He vows, that's pretty good. He vowed to save the world out of his mercifulness because he's like a Buddha. He's merciful. He wants to bring everybody, he wants to save the world. He wants to bring people to receive Tao to avoid the reincarnation. This kind of person is an awakened person. So this kind of person will become Buddha when they leave this world. So that's what all of us want to do, okay? We want to be there. Okay, this pretty much conclude all, I pick up the answer to the truth. If anyone has a book, you can read the detail. But this, I pick up some topic to talk all of us about this one. Today, we're going to jump to the scripture from Holy Teacher. Yeah, Holy Teacher asked some questions for all of us. Some questions for all of us. These questions, this topic of the scripture called 10 years. 10 years. So some of us might have cultivated more than 10 years. Some of them may not be 10 years yet. That's fine. A teacher wants to ask us some questions. We want to ask ourselves too. When teacher asks those questions, we should ask ourselves, is it true or not? Okay, we're going to go through one by one. This happened in 2017, okay? Holy Teacher said, 10 years has passed. Do you, disciples, that means all of us, think that the Tao is still true? Is Tao still true? Is the Tao still can save all the sentient beings? Is the Tao still can save all of us? We don't have to reincarnate again. So is that true, right? Next one, Holy Teacher asks 10 years has passed. Do you disciples think that the Tao principles are still true? The Tao principles are still true. So will not change. Tao's principles are still there. Okay. Do we continue to follow Tao principle every day to do the job? Okay. Once we learn the Tao principle more and more, we know how to apply Tao principle to daily life. For example, I'm taking one example here. Holy Teacher basically teach us, okay, every day we're going to encounter different people, different things, different matters all around us. A teacher told us, Buddha told us, don't let our emotional in charge. What does that mean? Means don't like or dislike what we deal with, who or things we deal with. Don't like or dislike. Because when we like them, we don't like them, we like things or we don't like things, you know what? We create emotional. Those like dislike, we create our karma. We create karma. Then we are planting the seeds of reincarnation again. So when things come to us, when we encounter some things, some people, deal with them. When things is over, we let them go. Let them go. Don't even think about it. Let it go. Let it go. So we have to learn how to, every day we're going to have a daily life. We're going to deal with a lot of things, a lot of people. Don't like or dislike. Okay? Don't fall into the two ends. Okay? Two extremes, like or dislike. Okay? Deal with them, and then after it's done, let them go. That's very, very, very important concept in our daily life. Because a lot of time we deal with things, we don't like it, we kind of emotional, upset, or maybe create some kind of feeling, and we might say something. So don't like or dislike those stuff. Let it go. We have to practice ourselves to do that every day. Do not create enough karma for us to suffer. Okay? So don't like, dislike what we deal with things and people. Okay? Let's learn that together. Next one. Holy Teacher said, 10 years has passed. Do you, disciples, think that the heavenly mandate is still true? Heavenly mandate is still true. Okay? Yeah. So heavenly mandate is for the enlightened master with the mandate. So when we receive Tao, if the person is a good person, do good things, what happened? The person had to live this. If the person passed away, the body is always flexible, always soft. And the face is like sleeping, very peaceful. Okay? The body is not rigid. So that's a very simple evidence. You check every dead body. All of us, if we get a chance, I checked 7, 8 bodies before, okay? Before I believe the true Tao. Because I did not believe, I'm an engineer. I always talk about evidence. I have to see to prove myself, okay? So I check every one of them. Very curious in the beginning, just kind of don't believe that. But you can see that most people who pass away 7 to 10 hours later, the body becomes rigid, not flexible at all. More people just go to check it, very stiff. But whoever received that, do a good thing, do a good deed, don't worry. The body always soft. Body most always soft, very flexible. Just interesting. Just pay attention to that. Okay? So that's just one of the evidence of preciousness of Tao. Just one of many evidence. Okay? So you go out to check yourself, to convince yourself. We got to have enough confidence and faith to believe in Tao, to believe in mandate. Okay? When we receive Tao, it's not transmitter open our gate. It's not. The Holy Teacher, Qigong Buddha, follow transmitter's hand to open our gate. When people have yin-yang eyes, they can see all the saints of Buddha are around us. We couldn't see ourselves. Okay, we cannot even see Buddha ourselves. But some fewer people who can see that. Okay, so do we still believe heaven's mandate? Okay, one quick example for you. Our senior gene transmitter was in China one time, years ago. And then his uncle is kind of is sick and pretty seriously. It's almost dying, okay? Then transmitter gene cannot bring the 3 lambs to China because China government won't allow them to do that. So transmitter gene use the small dishes, put some oil on the top inside, and put a small, we call small rope inside the middle, and light up the middle, light up the rope. And then he propagated the dog for his uncle. But he didn't know. This mandate at that moment is valid or not. He didn't know. Our transmitter gene, senior transmitter gene, Dana is not sure. So in 2013, we have a reunion with all the parents, relatives, and some like transmitter gene reunion with his family and his uncle. We find out his uncle has a position in heaven too. And he told us, you see, heaven's mandate is really, really true. He couldn't believe in the beginning when he was in China. He was not sure because he didn't have 3 lamps with him. So you only use a small dishes, put oil, put a small rope in the middle to light up, and he propagated the Tao at the moment. But his uncle did not go to underworld, went back to heaven to have position in 2013 when we bring his uncle to the temple. So interesting, okay? Yeah, so the heaven's mandate is very precious. Next one, 10 years has passed. Do you, disciples, think that the channeling by the saints and Buddha is still true? Channeling. Channeling is, we only have a few channeling people. The girls, usually they are vegan, and they from an early age, very young. But right now, only a few of them in the whole world now, a few of them in the whole world, okay? Then channeling, the saints and Buddha can bother the channeling body, the body of those go to those female girls to channel, to come to talk to us face to face. I think some of you saw that before. Or the Buddha can channel through the girl to do the sand writing, to write a word on sands, to talk to us one by, give us some instructions, to give us some wisdoms. So some of us might be able to see that we have a staff member class in New York, you will see the channel media coming from Taiwan. Okay, there are only a few of them in the whole world. So they have to arrange their schedule to come over. So only maybe once a year or once every 2 years, especially this pandemic period, it's hard to bring them over. But in Taiwan, they still have a class in October 9th and October 10th in Taiwan. They still do the staff member class next month. So they are very fortunate, lucky. They are still doing that because they are doing better control with COVID-19. Yeah. Holy Teacher asked, 10 years has passed. Do you, disciples, think that your heart of Tao cultivation is still true? Is still there? Do you lose the heart of Tao cultivation or not? We always have to tell ourselves, if we don't go back to become a Buddha this lifetime, we lost. We want to make sure we will go back and become sense of Buddha again. We want to make sure in this lifetime, no next life. We want to finish our mission in this lifetime to go back. Okay? So keep remind ourselves every day. We want to go back. We don't want to wait for next life. Okay? Holy Teacher. So those are the questions Holy Teacher asked all of us. So we should ask ourselves one by one every day, regularly. 10 years has passed. Do you, disciples, think that your vow to propagate Tao is still true? Your vow to propagate Tao is still there. This vow, we make a vow in the heaven before. Not just we came down to this world in the temple to make more vow. No, we make a lot of vow to save sentient being in the heaven. And we came down, sometimes we forgot. Most of the time we forgot. So sometimes we make certain vows. But those vows to save the sentient being is true or not. We are the Buddha. We want to save all the sentient beings, as many as we can, okay? 10 years has passed. Do you, disciples, feel that the bonds between you and other cultivators are still there? The bonds between you and other cultivators. Other cultivators don't think they come in just by accident. Other cultivators with us have a lot of affinities in previous life. Sometimes you saw the person, Jesus. I seem to meet you somewhere before. Not this lifetime, in previous life. We are all together in previous life. Don't be surprised, okay? Holy Teacher always reminds us, we are together in previous life. That's why we came down together again. Want to do the same holy mission again. So we all have mission to come down together, not by surprise, okay? Next one, also very important. 10 years has passed. Do you, disciples, still feel that the affinity between the Holy Teacher and us still true? Still there, right? Man, sometimes our Holy Teacher make us cry, I tell you. Holy Teacher have to worry all the sentient beings, not just us alone, all the sentient beings, especially those who have not received Tao yet. Holy Teacher have to go to find them one by one. So sometimes we are very fortunate and lucky. Holy Teacher find us already. But there are so many others have not received Tao yet. Holy Teacher need to go out to find them, bring them to the temple. So Holy Teacher always said, when the new people come to the temple to receive Tao, Holy Teacher always so nervous. You know why? He worried those new people may not be able to receive Tao at that moment. You know why? Because they owe some karma. Their critical want them to pay back. Suddenly, they will have no chance to receive Tao. Even they get to the temple, even they come to the temple, they may not receive Tao. So certain people come to the temple, they couldn't receive Tao. They have to go back again. Okay. Some people even during the ceremony to receive Tao, pass out. They just lost their conscience. They couldn't receive Tao. So many different things happening. So don't think to receive Tao is that easy. It's a very special affinity to receive Tao. Okay, so we are very fortunate and lucky group. Our Holy Teacher is like our father. Okay, we are very fortunate and lucky to have this kind of Buddha as our father. Okay, Holy Teacher, Holy Teachers can affirm you that disciples have truly solidified each step taken and walk through the way to get here. Means we come a long way to get here. Holy Teacher said, we come a long way to get here. And we come a long way to get here. We have to cultivate so many lives to get here. Okay? So Holy Teacher confirmed that we have come a long way, step by step to get here. Our Holy Teachers also believe that you, my disciples, head on to your Tao heart. They still exist until today. So until this moment, our Tao heart will not change. Always very strong, very determined. Okay? So Holy Teacher believe us. He know we are the Buddha reborn. We have the strong Tao heart, Tao will to save sentient beings. We will not move backward on these Tao missions. Holy Teacher said, yeah, this is very important, interesting. It is merely that the trueness you feel, the trueness we feel today, does it hold the same pureness from when you started to learn to serve a hand tower? Because remember, all day, we always, when people come to the temple, we serve with a hand tower. But today it's kind of because we use the centralized to spread the hand, to clean up the hand. But Holy Teacher asks, do we still hold the pureness from the beginning until today? Okay, always, okay? Holy Teacher asks us, the pureness, the trueness we feel today, does it hold the same seriousness from when we started to practice speaking the sweet treasury? Do we still hold that dedication and seriousness from today, from day one until today? Do we maintain that? So teacher try to remind us, maintain the pure heart, maintain that seriousness to learn the Tao, to cultivate, to propagate the Tao. So he just keep them. Buddha always continuously to remind all of us, okay? Sometimes we are very lucky and fortunate for them to remind us all the time, okay? The trueness you feel today, does it hold the same childlike nature when you first started to learn to sing a holy song? Now we learn how to sing a holy song, but do we still hold the same childlike nature, very pure childlike nature to sing a song? Okay, Holy Teachers keep asking us. Next one, Holy Teacher said, understanding Tao and work progressively. It means want us to move forward. Don't stay on the same position for so long. Then refer to fully realizing our true nature. True Tao is within ourselves. True Buddha is within ourselves. Okay? Take the best effort in the correct direction, in the right direction. Okay? So Buddha, Holy Teacher want us. That's why I think on Friday night's class, the lecture Tai always talk about, we need to reflect ourselves inside. We have a Buddha inside. So we're looking for the true self inside. Don't look for outside. Outside, we cannot find the Buddha, our true self, okay? But the problem here is, if the one person, he focuses on external Tao, outside, one runs the risk of losing his or her true self. Why? He's over pursuing fame, power, positions, or material stuff. He's too much enjoying materialism. Then he forgot his true nature. You did not let his true nature, true self in charge. What happened? Eventually, he was lost. Okay? So the harder he worked, what happened? He does not even realize himself because he lost his true nature. Okay? That's the turn of understanding, the understanding Tao and work progressively is easy to understand, but difficult to practice. Do we have the big vow, big determination to say, I'm going to do it no matter what? So Holy Teacher remind us one thing today, and I think in the Dhamma, he said, Dhamma classes, he said, if anything has nothing to do with for us to become a Buddha, that's not important. Let it go. If anything is not critical and will affect us to become a Buddha, let it go. That means they are not that critical. They are not that important. So we need to concentrate. We have a main goal there. We want to become saints and Buddha in this lifetime. We want to become saints and Buddha this lifetime. The reason because we want to go back where we came from originally. In the meantime, we want to bring our whoever affinity with Buddha to go with us. So if one day we want to come down again, we want to make a big Buddha vow to come down again. not because our bad affinity push us down again. Okay. Holy teacher talk about disciples. When you manage and propagate down affairs for certain area in certain locations, you ignored to confirm the core Tao principle? Have you confirmed the core Tao principle? That's very important. Okay, we need to follow the direction of the temple. We need to follow majority of the temple, of the members. So we are not alone. We are not just to do by ourselves. No, we need to be together as a one unit, as a one. So Holy Teacher said, disciples, when you are encouraging sentient beings, have you ignored your own practice? Holy Teacher worry about us. When we concentrate, when we are encouraging sentient beings or others, we forgot our own practice and our own cultivations. So keep reminding us every day, okay? We need to continue. And our own practice, what does that mean? Sometimes we have to get rid of our bad temper, bad habits. That's true. Holy Teacher said that. If we can get rid of our bad temper, bad habits, we pretty much cultivate 50% of the time of the achievements already. If we can get rid of bad temper, bad habits, we already 50% there. Okay? And get rid of all three poisons, like greedy, stubbornness, ignorance. Okay? Angers. So those stuff, we want to get rid of them. Okay? But the other thing is keep continue to remind ourselves to get rid of bad temper, bad habit. The other thing I want to remind everybody, sometimes whatever we do, we are in a hurry, rush. Like me, I'm not a person worked very, in the beginning, always very, maybe we are in New Jersey. I used to be in New Jersey. The job got to be done immediately. So we are always rush. And then we lost that slow down patience. Then Holy Teacher and all the Buddha said, when we are rush, do not have patience. That means that's a bad temper. When we are rush, when we are hurry all the time, that's a bad temper too. So we need to calm down, slow down every day a little bit. We need to calm down, slow down a little bit. I'm in Texas right now, so I can see the different, okay, a little bit different in the West, in the South. They are slow down a little bit. The way I'm speaking now, still a little fast. They slow down a little bit. So it's a little different. Sometimes you go out, you better be patient, okay? But they are very polite, but we need to be patient every day, okay? We have to learn that. Don't rush. Don't do things in a hurry. Be patient, calm down to control our emotional every day, okay? So I think we're going to stop here, and we can continue in next class on the page 5. Thank you, everybody. If I say something imperfectly, I ask for the forgiveness from the God, Buddha, transmitters, and lecturers, and all of you to give me some advices. Thank you.